One of the main reasons keeping many administrators from setting up DKIM for their domain is the technical challenge of configuring their mail server to sign outbound messages with DKIM signatures. Where do you go in your mail server software to create a key pair, and what are the steps you need to take to get DKIM running? If you use CanIt to handle your outbound mail, our DKIM signing feature manages most of this for you, making the process much simpler. The only part we can't do for you is update your DNS record with a new entry for DKIM. However, we do provide you with the full DNS entry, making it easy for you to complete this step using your domain's DNS publishing tool. What is DKIM? In a nutshell, it's a way to improve deliverability of your domain's email. Our companion video, called DKIM 101, provides a much more detailed explanation of what DKIM is and how it works. In this video, we'll walk through the steps for setting up DKIM for your domain. On our hosted CanIt service, our team takes care of the first part when you submit a request for us to filter your outbound email. After your request is completed, or if you already use CanIt to filter your outbound email, here's what you need to do. First, go to Setup and then DKIM Keys. Click the link to add a new DKIM key pair. Enter your domain name. There's a field called Selector. Advanced DKIMers who need more than one key for whatever reason will use this to create extra keys. Contact support@roaringpenguin.com if this is you and you need assistance with this. For the rest of us, the default value is fine. Click Save, and the new DNS record you need to publish is displayed. Note that you can return to this page later to retrieve the DNS record anytime you wish, like so. All that remains is for you to publish this new DNS record. It's shown here in bind9 format, which is often used by administrators who manage their DNS zone files manually. Most administrators use a web-based DNS management service provided by their domain registrar. In case your DNS management tool doesn't understand this format, let's go through it quickly to explain it. This will be a text record, so look for an option to add a new text record. On the left here is the domain name of the new record we'll add. Note the period at the very end. Most web-based tools don't require it, but it won't matter if you include it. If your DNS tool gives you an error, try removing it. Next is what's called the time to live. Your DNS tool probably has a default value already pre-filled here for you. It's fine to use that. The IN is the class, and it's always IN for internet records. Your DNS tool likely doesn't show this part, so don't be surprised if it's missing. The last part, enclosed in brackets, is the text value. You should be able to copy-paste this whole thing, excluding the brackets, into your DNS tool. The syntax shown here gives multiple lines, with each line enclosed in double quotes. If your DNS tool requires a single line, you can use a simple text editor, like Notepad, to join the lines. Note that there should be no white space between the quoted text. See here where the first line ends in XH and the next line starts with HL. There should be no space between these. If you use our hosted CanIt service, this is all you need to do. Create the DKIM keys just as we saw, and publish the DNS record using whatever tools your domain uses to manage its DNS. If you're running CanIt on premises, before the DKIM keys can be created using setup DKIM keys, you'll need to add a known networks entry. If the domain is not yet associated with a known network, you'll see this error. The site administrator needs to create or update a known networks entry, which we'll walk through in just a moment. If you see this on hosted CanIt, send an email to support@roaringpenguin.com, including your domain and the error message. For CanIt Domain Pro, if the domain is not yet associated with the realm, you'll see this error. The site administrator needs to add this domain to your realm. As before, if you see this on hosted CanIt, send an email to support@roaringpenguin.com. CanIt site administrators use known networks to tell CanIt how to recognize a domain's outbound email by the IP address or network it originates from. For a complete understanding of all the known network settings, consult our documentation. For this video, we'll focus on the settings that matter for DKIM signing. The first and most important setting is this one, associated domains. Click the button to show existing domains associated with this known network and to add new ones. Just enter the domain name and click the Submit Changes button at the very bottom of the page. If you make a mistake, you can delete and re-enter it. The second setting to consider is this option, Relay Unlisted Domains. This lets CanIt relay email for any sender address, whether its domain is listed as an associated domain or not. By disabling this, CanIt will only relay email for domains in the associated domain list. The last thing to consider for known networks is this forced to stream setting. Unless this network's outbound mail is forced to a stream such as outbound, CanIt will not add DKIM signatures. This field must not be empty. Finally, the setting S1050, Enable DKIM signing for outbound messages originating from senders in this stream, must be enabled. On hosted CanIt, all known network settings are taken care of for you by Roaring Penguin's team, and this setting S1050 is already enabled for you. That wraps up this video. For more details about how DKIM works and why you should consider using it, see our DKIM 101 video. Thank you for watching.